Power. Every civilization chases it. Every empire believes it deserves it. And yet, they all collapse. Rome, the Ottomans, the British Empire. And now, we watch America to modern powers walk the same path, driven by fear, control, greed, and pride. But why? What makes power so irresistible yet so self-destructive? Today we go deep, beneath the surface, beneath the politics, to uncover the psychological patterns that make empires and individuals repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Because what happens in the halls of power happens inside us too. And today, in this video, we're going to go deep, beyond the headlines and history books, to uncover the hidden psychology behind power and the reasons why even the strongest empires are doomed to repeat the same mistakes. 1. The illusion of invincibility. Every empire starts with a vision: order, justice, progress. But as it grows, something shifts. It begins to believe it's special, untouchable, that history's lessons don't apply to them. This illusion of invincibility is seductive. It tells the powerful, you are the exception. But in psychology, we call this a narcissistic bias, the belief that you are the center of the story and rules don't apply. Rome believed it. Colonial Europe believed it. And today superpowers still believe it. But history is not a respecter of pride. It humbles those who forget humility. Power, like wealth, can make you feel bulletproof. But that feeling is the beginning of the fall. George Santayana said, "Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it." And again Lord Acton said, "Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." 2. The psychology of control. With great power comes, not wisdom, but fear. Fear of losing it. The deeper a nation or a person falls into power, the more tightly it tries to grip control. This creates control systems, surveillance, censorship, coercion, manipulation. It begins with noble intentions, protection, safety, order. But when fear is in charge, freedom dies quietly. In psychology, this is called authoritarian conditioning. You convince people that safety matters more than truth, that silence is patriotic, that dissent is dangerous. And before long, the people begin to love their chains, because fear is a powerful drug. It makes you obey without question. 3. Why empires dehumanize others. No empire survives without an enemy. So when there isn't one, they create one. The enemy becomes less than human. Words are the first weapons: terrorist, invader, criminal, animal. This isn't just politics, it's dehumanization psychology. Studies show that when people are taught to see others as different or dangerous, they feel less empathy for their suffering. This makes violence easier to justify, and silence easier to maintain. But here's the darkest part. Once the enemy is dehumanized, the people within the empire start to lose their own humanity too, because you can't kill conscience selectively. It dies in all directions. 4. The mirror. Power in our own lives. Empires aren't just countries. They're also households, workplaces, relationships, minds. We all carry power over children, partners, employees, friends. When we're hurt, we may dominate. When we're afraid, we may manipulate. What empires do on a massive scale, we often do in miniature. The real revolution begins with the self. Practice empathy over ego. Practice listening over labeling. Resist the urge to control. Ever interrupted someone just to feel smarter? Ignored someone just to feel in control? That's not confidence. That's fear. Wearing power's mask. Real power is not in controlling others. but in mastering yourself. The Stoics, the Islamic Golden Age, and modern thinkers all warned against ego-driven control. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. And Quran said, "Indeed, Pharaoh exalted himself in the land and divided its people into factions. Empires fall not just because of outside enemies, but because they forget who they are." 5. What history teaches us. The greatest teachers didn't conquer the world. They transformed it from within. Prophets, philosophers, poets, they warned us of power's trap, again and again. The Stoics taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So don't forget who you are. You may not control nations, but you control your choices. You may not be an emperor, but you are powerful. You have words, influence, presence. Start the cycle where it begins, with the ego, the mind, the heart. History doesn't have to repeat if we learn to grow." If this video made you pause and think, share it. Let's raise consciousness one mind at a time. Subscribe to Introspectra Mind. Stay aware. Stay human.